Hello. So let's solve the day fifth of 30 days of JavaScript lead code challenge. And before we do that, the main summary of these first four problems was that you can use closures as a concept to create outer inner child or parent child related functions, basically outer function, inner function, or you can say parent function, child function. Okay, and use that information uh, to manage your functions a bit more effectively. So let's go. Let's see. Apply transform over each element. Okay. Yeah, because it mentioned transform, I first thought was to use map, but they have already mentioned that we should not use that. Okay, so let's read this. Given an integer array, okay, array, and a mapping function fn, return a new array with a transformation applied to each element. Okay, the returned array should be created such that returned array equals to this. Okay, so let's try to understand this. Array is 1, 2, 3, function is plus 1, so the result is 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the basic point is for each of this element, whatever function we have gotten, we have to apply that concept. Okay, now the trick or the confusing part for someone can be that function is not known, but we don't need to know the function. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so think of it like this. There is a function which accepts an array, which accepts a function, and for each element of that array, it gets passed to that function, return a value. Pass to that function, return a value. And in the end, whatever all the combination of the values, we return that. Okay. So let's try this. Because they have mentioned returned array, I'll create that returned array empty. Okay. Now for let I equals to 0. By the way, using for loop like this is a bit more faster compared to using for each. Okay, you can search that and let me know in comments why that is true. But using a for each is a bit more time consuming compared to using it like this. Okay, I less than array dot length colon I plus plus. So now we have started iterating over this array. Let's get each and every item of it. So const item. Actually, we don't need to do that. They have mentioned that we just need to pass that item, which is array I. For simplicity purposes, for your understanding, I'm doing this. Const let item equals to array I, and index we already know which is I. So we just have to use this function, and that function should get added to here. So let's use this simply. Not There is nothing special here actually. Return array. Okay, so now I will simplify this. I can use this directly here, which they have actually used. So let's get rid of this and return array. This, I think that should wait. It should work. It should work. Okay. And you can see the beauty that we don't need to know what the function is. You just have to call it. Only thing that you have to make sure is that you're passing the array item first and then the index of it. And let's submit. And that's how technically, okay. So the main thing why we are doing all these things is that technically by doing all these things, you are understanding how these functions are written. So this is how a map function has been written. Okay. The earlier we saw closure related things. Now we'll see more things. So this is how JavaScript functions have been written, and that is a beauty of it. Okay. But the accuracy is really bad. So let's try to submit this again. Okay. Okay, let's not worry. That's it. Thank you. Bye bye.